Welcome back to Kaijutopia. I'm Tom, and today we're going to unleash our kaiju-loving imaginations. I love all things Godzilla, like the Monsterverse. The Monsterverse is alive and thriving, and there's a certain classic kaiju that deserves a chance to shine on the world stage. In this video, I'll explain how Gamera could join the Monsterverse, and we'd be all the better for it. Let's start with the reversal of the ancient rivalry trope by having Godzilla and Gamera sharing an ancient alliance. That's right, these two cinematic kaiju rivals were once the best of friends. But when Gamera returns in modern times, they're the bitterest of enemies. So, what caused the fallout? We did. Humans, I mean. Simply put, Gamera loves us. And Godzilla, well, he's indifferent. While this has changed a bit recently, like for example Godzilla's connection with the late Dr. Serizawa, and this could contribute to Godzilla's character development in the long run, the truth is Godzilla really doesn't care about humans. At best, he sees us as his favorite pet. But compared to his very long lifespan, our lives are fleeting. From a geological perspective, human lives come and go within the blink of an eye. But for Godzilla, he's too busy having a staring contest with eternity. Given how Godzilla might one day see humanity as a potential rival and or threat to his dominion, there's no telling how long Godzilla is willing to tolerate mankind's collective existence. For a sec, let's not forget the parallels between Monsterverse Godzilla and Heisei Gamera. Both kaiju are noble guardians with a soft spot for good humans. One of their chief differences, however, is Gamera's origin story. In the Heisei trilogy, Gamera was bioengineered by an advanced ancient civilization to save future generations from the Gauss. I'd adapt something similar for the Monsterverse, but with one Titan-sized twist. Gamera was created to save humanity from Godzilla. In the art of Godzilla vs. Kong, concept illustration depicts what appears to be a cave painting of a mysterious winged Gojira fighting a unified army of Godzillas, Kongs, and early mankind. It was originally conceived to be in the Kong temple sequence where Kong enters the ancient home of his ancestors, but it never made the final cut, which means the concept art itself isn't canon. However, the officially canonized Godzilla vs. Kong novel specifically made mention of this mysterious Gojira, the very same one from the Godzilla vs. Kong concept art. We know him as Zozilla Halawa. It's the Iwi name for Gojira. And that's who Gamera was made to fight. Gamera and this evil Gojira fought for centuries, their battle reshaping the continents. But Zozilla Halawa was a fierce enemy. He ate a star. Literally, the Iwi believe that's how Godzilla acquired his iconic atomic breath. Not even Gamera could hope to prevail on his own. That is until he made friends with the unlikeliest of Titans, our Godzilla, albeit as a juvenile. For reference, think Kong back from Kong Skull Island, or Zuko here. With the young Godzilla's help in siphoning away Zozilla Halawa's power and in turn inheriting it for himself, Gamera ultimately sealed the evil Gojira away. From then on, Gamera and Godzilla were steadfast friends, with Gamera taking on the role as Godzilla's mentor. But as Godzilla's power grew, so too did his indifference towards humankind. Originally created as an anti-Godzilla defense, it seemed inevitable that Gamera and Godzilla would fight to the death. And on the eve of what likely would have ended in Godzilla's demise, King Ghidorah invaded Earth. Forced into an alliance, Gamera and Godzilla rallied the Titans against the three-headed alien invader. Sadly, Gamera seemingly perished in the conflict, his story thought to be lost and forgotten. Until now. In the present day, Godzilla is on the warpath, becoming more and more like his Zozilla Halawa ancestor by the day. There are many directions we could go from here. For example, eco-terrorist Alan Jonah can make a return and be revealed as the mastermind behind Godzilla's destructive activities. More on this pitch in a separate video. We could see Monarch and the human race rallying behind Gamera as he selflessly defends himself from the radically stronger Godzilla. I could go on. Gamera is no longer in his prime at this point. I mean, he's an elder warrior, similar in vein to how Godzilla was depicted in the 2014 movie. As for what happens next, I leave that to you, my friends. How should Godzilla and Gamera's conflict be resolved? Would you have them put aside their differences to face a common enemy? Does Godzilla learn to stop hating and love the bomb that is humanity? You be the judge. In closing, Gamera's entry into the Monsterverse would add levity to its already rich, expanding mythology. Being Godzilla's former friend and mentor adds complexity to their present struggles. For many years, fans have been clamoring for a showdown between the two top G kaiju. As of the making of this video, we live in a giant monster boom. Godzilla films are winning Oscars and dominating the box office. Recently, Gamera returned in Netflix's Gamera Rebirth, and it's great. It's a great series. You should totally check it out if you haven't already. But the truth is, we need more Gamera. The world needs it. Legendary, if you're watching, you know what to do. And you're welcome.
Gauss spotted. I repeat, Gauss spotted. What the hell is that? Is that... It's Gamera!